if I go to the next slide, okay, is often the least structured. Okay, but I'll tell you, love without structure creates confusion. We love our children, yes, we love our kids, everyone, oh, I love my kids, but a lot of people know that, a lot of people do not know that without structure, you're creating confusion for that child, that kid that you love so much. Alright? But intentional parenting creates clarity for the children. When we parent our children intentionally, alright, it creates a lot of clarity. Just like last speaker was talking about, alright, how parents abandon their children, they don't know what, they don't even know what to look out for. They don't even know what the bad habits are, they don't care about their peers and all of that. It's lack of intentional parenting. That is what causes a lot of such problems. Alright? So leadership, not emotions, of course, not emotions, shapes outcomes. That's why I said this talk is about leadership parenting, not emotional parenting. Alright? Leadership helps to shape outcomes. Okay? Let's go to the next slide. Every family has vision, culture, resources, and accountability. Alright? Of course, a lot of, because we have lots of hands raised, people talking about creating business plan. Of course, when you have a business plan, when you're creating a business plan, most of them have vision, mission, and strategy, isn't it? You have a vision for the business, you know where the business is going, and then you have a strategy, okay, in how that business will be achieved. But people do not have that for their children. They don't have that for the family, and that causes a whole lot of problem and lack of accountability. The question is whether this is intentional or casual. We have casual versus intentional parenting. Alright, casual parenting is reactive, which is, you just parent casually, whatever happens. Some time ago, maybe more than 10 years ago, I had a talk in Mori Musa's event, and one of the topics, I think the main topic I was standing on the podium like this, I talked about discipline, and she disagreed with me. Then, more than 10 years, yeah, maybe 12, 13 years ago. But I'll tell you today, mommy, I'm still on that lane. I'll give you a story that would trace that. Okay, so intentional parenting is usually designed, alright? It's not reactive. We don't react, say, let's see how it comes, let's see, let the society train the child, however it is. No, but it has to be designed, alright? That's intentional parenting. Okay, like I said, love without structure is affection and not leadership. Remember, we're talking about leadership parenting, not emotional parenting. Alright? So I'll ask the question, what area of parenting do most people will work at? What? Let me say, family organization. Like I was talking about vision. Okay? Like I was talking about vision. The CEO of the family, who's the CEO of the family? Is it the child? Is it the phone? Is it you? You are the CEO. If you're the CEO, you must be able to create a vision for the family. You should be able to create a structure for the family. And you should be able to create a direction for the family. Right? But a lot of people don't do that.
Oh, sorry about that. Nigeria just have it. Just hold on. Sorry about that.
Like I said, the family without vision is like a business without a business plan. Alright? Are we getting the light power question for the figure?
Just hold on for a while.
Parents are people of families. Parents. A lot of us here parents, they're fighting teachers as well. People who know parents get some of the parents Right? The children are under you like your employees. Right? You don't have the structure for the children. They will definitely go astray. If you don't have the structure, you have the family ground where you have to. I'm going to take you to a family ground and have I think we're going to do this.
Let's go back to Mike. I'm chewing gum.
The CEO mindset of the home.
Is this
Alright? Going back to what I said before, we're good at creating business plans, everybody creates family plans. Everybody do it by chance. Say, oh, let how that comes. Let me show you how this plays in real life, really. Alright? Because children really are our legacy assets as parents, even as teachers. Alright? Just like the young lady mentioned from her class teacher when she was young, she still remembers that teacher has left a legacy. Has left a legacy in her life, and which is showing today. Alright? And the home that we have, all our homes are leadership labs. They're like laboratories. Alright? Our homes are leadership labs where experiments go on, where experiments take place. Let me show you how this happened in real life. Alright? This happened, I'm going to just take a quick story. Okay? And like I said, it's about my daughter when I gave that training the other time. I'm still going to visit her after 10 years or more. Sometime around 2017, my daughter was having her A-levels in the UK. Okay? She was having her A-levels, and then I walked into the school. I came in surprisingly, shockingly, they didn't expect the principal, nobody expected me. I came in, my grandparents, everybody were like, no, you don't do that, they don't control children. Right? Just like when we Musa was telling not to discipline too much, the children then. Alright? Okay, so they say, no, you don't control. Yeah, we allow children to do what they want. And I said, listen, I'm not training a British child.
Oh.
I'm training my child. Alright? I'm training my child, and I stood by it. It was war, it was a battle that day. Alright? After all said and done, of course I refused. I took off the phone, I took the iPhone, and then gave her the phone. Guess what? Just less than 2 weeks after that day, the British government started announcing on TV that all phones should be seized for students that were writing exams. Is there? The records are there. This was in 2017. Alright? They started announcing that all phones, and they monitored it, they shared the phones out, they gave the phones for free to children, alright, that were writing exams. Just one. What was the reason for them to focus and to pass their exams? Alright? What was the outcome? Why am I giving that story? If I'm not leadership, okay, let me put it like this. Leadership is always very unpleasant until the results show. Alright? What happened? After that, she passed very well. Alright? But a lot of our peers that didn't have that opportunity, that were left to do whatever they like, they failed. Some of them came back to Nigeria. Alright? But she did pass very well because of that singular decision. Alright? That's why it was unpleasant. And they didn't like it. Okay? Everything until government validated that. It was a leadership decision I took. Alright? Until government validated it, it was like, this girl's father is too harsh. Oh, this girl's father is too hard. He doesn't listen, even all the bullying. Alright, but I knew what I was doing. I knew this is leadership. I was practicing leadership parenting, not emotional parenting. Because love destroys, like I said, from the first or second time, love destroys without love destroys without structure. If you love a child and you don't have a structure, you follow the emotions, you're destroying that child. You must have a leadership, a parent leadership mindset. Alright? Like I said, leadership often looks wrong before it looks wise.
Thank you.
It often looks wrong before it looks wise. Alright? Like I said, the results often silence arguments, alright, and structure beats popularity. Structure, when there's structure, the popular demands, people say, no, this is what they tell, this is what we want, this is how it should go. No, it's not always like that. Alright? I know we all face all of these problems. Can I see your hands here if anyone here has faced any such compromise like that? Right? Pressure to compromise, there's always pressure to compromise like that. You want to say, oh, because I don't want my wife to be upset, or I don't want my husband to be upset, I don't want my child, even the child itself, you don't want the child to be upset, you compromise standards, okay? Let's go to the next slide. Attention is capital. We need to, okay? We need to teach these children, all right, how to manage time, how to focus, how to have digital boundaries, just like the previous teacher said, the tech teacher. You have the tech trainer, you have children getting access to digital information that is detrimental to them. A lot of parents, a lot of teachers are not able to guide and to know what children need. We need to know how to give them digital boundaries. It's very, very important. We need to know how to manage their time.
All right.
We need to, some people will say, oh, leave the child, let them watch TV till 11 o'clock, till 11 p.m., 10 p.m. The next day the child wakes up fatigued. The child can't even learn. All right? All those kind of things. That is not parenting. That is emotional parenting. All right? What we must learn is leadership parenting. Can we say it together? Leadership parenting. Okay? So, going forward, of course, we say, what receives attention grows. What is unmanaged multiplies. All right? What receives attention grows. What is unmanaged multiplies. All right? So, you must allow, what you allow consumes attention. What consumes attention shapes outcomes. Is what the attention that the child, you give to the child, just like I was using the UK, for example. Okay, I go into a room, let me not go back to that because it's a long story. Alright? But what we're saying, what you give attention is what multiplies, is what gives the child. So you must focus on that. Alright? Deliberately. Family vision board. I've talked about vision before. Of course, we say the mission, the family, like a business plan, you must have a vision, mission, and strategy. Of course, we must define the vision of the family. That we have this, like I said, once it goes around, you will see. Please, Mr. Emmanuel, you can help me. Alright? It says family vision. What kind of family are we intentionally building? We have only about 4. So, 6 of you. Maybe we can share, maybe we can make copies. Let's just run through what it's all about. Alright? That one is a copy. You take it home and use it. Okay? Family vision. What kind of family are we intentionally building? In the next 10 to 20 years, our family will be known for what?
At the back.
For what? Alright? This is leadership parenting we're talking about. Core values. What are the core values of the family? Alright? What values we protect even when it's uncomfortable? Alright? For instance, you can say, one of the core values of my family is integrity. Alright? Even when no one is watching, the child grows up with that. Alright? It instills that value on that child. Alright? That's a family, that's amongst your family plan. It must be on the plan. You list 3 values. Alright? Education and skill strategy. It's quite self-explanatory though. Education and skill strategy, what is your plan? like I said, mission, vision, and strategy. All right, mission. Go back to the other slide. Okay. So this is the family vision board that we must all have. All right, we must all have. We have the soft copies. Mr. Emmanuel, you can also share the soft copies maybe on the WhatsApp group so that you can print and we can use later. Education priority. Are we going to be looking at academics? Is academics a core value in the family, or is it skills, or is it both? Study structure at home. The time, you give the times, you give the rules for structure, for study. There must be a structure. There must be a structure, like I said. This is leadership parenting, digital and media policy. What technology serves us and what does not. Of course, we know the phone policy. You must, just like previous speakers have said, policy, phone policy, age, type, all right, restrictions. There must be restrictions in what the children look at and all of that. Internet access rules and all of that. Screen time. All right, then number 5, discipline and accountability framework. Of course, state clear rules, clear consequences, because there must be rules, there must be consequences. If you do not lead your parenting, if you do it by emotions, you're going to run into problems. The children are going to run into problems. Trust me. I can say out of experience. I'm not saying I'm not a teacher, all right, like you all rightly know, all right, but I can impact you directly with experience. And that's what I'm doing here. Alright? No emotional governance. It's not about emotions. Emotional parenting doesn't work. House rules we enforce, of course, all of that. Financial literacy and responsibility. Very important in the family business plan. Alright? Like I said, parenting, serious business. Without having all of these items I listed in your family plan, you're not ready to parent. You're not ready. Legacy and succession thinking, like we said. What are we intentionally passing on to children? Okay, family vision board, like I said, I'll explain. Okay. Family, go back, please. Vision, values, direction. If children don't know where the family is going, they follow the noise. They follow noise. If the children do not know where the family is going, the children must know where the family is going. They must know the vision of the family. They must know the values. You must create them. You must train them with those values that will make them become somebody. Of course, we know family KPIs. Are we? Please go my family KPIs. Slide 11. All right, family KPIs. You must be able to measure character, discipline, emotional intelligence of the children. This is very, very important. Spiritual depth also, all right, not just grades. It's not just about grades. Of course, we know what the character is. You should be able to know your children's character. You should be able to differentiate between good and bad of the children. You should be able to give them the right discipline. Like I was saying, I was talking about discipline. Okay, and I used my daughter as an example then, some years ago, about how discipline made her focus. Even then in Nigeria, before I broke, and it helped. It helped in London, it helped. Alright? Today she's a better boy, let me put it like that. Okay? So emotional maturity, alright, should also be taught. Responsibility. Of course, we know grades are feedback. Grades are actually feedback. Okay, grades are actually feedback. Character is the product. Character is the product that we get. Grades are just feedback. Grades are not really grades are not really what you pick out from the children. What the real feedback is what? Character. Thank you very much. Okay. Resource allocation. No crisis management. I think about crisis management. Like I said, time is currency. My time is running. Time is currency. They are so big. Energy is investment. Where does most of your emotional energy go? Where? Think about that. Crisis management, mistakes, failures, systems. The systems is not about shouting. It's not shouting at the children that is systems. You must be able to look at the family plan, create, and let the children grow properly. Of course, because of time, I'm still going to jump. What is not reviewed cannot be cannot improve. We must family review. We must do family review from time to time, because whatever is not reviewed can never improve. It can never improve. Okay, so we review from time to time. Parenting is the only role you cannot resign from. You cannot resign from parenting. Like, oh, you work and you resign after 20 years, 30 years. No. Parenting, you cannot, you must succeed, because the product of parenting carries your name. So you must succeed. Alright? You must succeed. That is a must. Okay? Closing reflection. Closing reflection. I don't know, do we have Muslims? Are we all Christians here? So I can pray freely, or I can give my reflection freely. Okay, I'm rounding up. Closing reflection, like I said, parenting is the only job you can. Today reminds us that families do not succeed by chance. Creates confusion. And structure without care creates distance. Of course, we must be able to marry and then to structure without care. But when both are balanced, families thrive. When both are balanced, families thrive. As we live here today, may we return to our homes with renewed resolve and live thoughtfully, decide responsibly, and build legacies that outlive us. The future begins with the choices that we make today. Thank you all so much.